Merlin Don on the mic. Today we continue our journey in OP13 with the next leader, Portugal's D Ace. Red, blue leader, 6k attack power, 3 life. Let's start on what this leader does. On your opponent's attack once per turn, so you can do it once per turn, you may trash one card from your hand. So you trash one card from your hand and then you just do a minus 2k power to an opponent of yours. And it's a leader or character. So it's like one free 2k if you trash one card from your hand once per turn. And if you have one done attached to your leader once per turn, you can also draw one card if you receive damage or when a character of 6 base K power or more is KO'd. Really strong leader, really strong effects, both of them, and the 6k leader and 2 strong colors. So let's start with, we will start with the starting hand. We'll talk about the tech that you can add in this deck, or you have in this deck, the defense, how to defend yourself, combinations you can do. We will talk about the best curve and how to play in each curve, odd curve, even curve. Then we will see a simple deck list that I have prepared for you, and finally we will finish with some games, of course. So the starting hands: Monkey the Gap, Izo, and Marcos. So we want to find our searchers, right? And our 2 searchers in this deck is Monkey the Gap and Izo. And of course Marco is perfect if you go on the even curve, because you can play him on the second turn. And as you can see, he's a blocker. He's a 6k attacker, and on KO you just draw 2 cards. No strings attached, you just draw 2 cards, guys. It's huge, right? Between 1 and 3 dawns you want to play your searchers. Between 4 and 6 dawns you want to play your Marco, you want to play your Josu, bounce back one of your searchers back to your hand, and bounce one opponent, I think, and 6 cost or lower, exactly 6 cost or lower, to the hand of your opponent. Or you can also play Yamato that has Rush, and you can also attach one don to your leader by playing this Yamato. 7-8 don, so let's say 8 don, you play your I am white beat, you play for free one of your 10 cost black white beats, and from this point on you are just one step closer on winning the game. Big bosses have the tax gate, so Edward Newgate that taxes the opponents. If an opponent character wants to attack, he has to trust 2 cards, which is huge, right? We have the Edward Newgate 10 cost 12k blocker, just like the 10 cost Tits, 12k blocker. On play you draw 2 cards, trash 1 card, so you recycle 1 card and you draw 2 new cards, and then you give your leader and up to one of your characters up to rested dawns. So 2 cards to your leader, 2 dawns to your leader, 2 dawns to another character. And of course Goldie Roger to close the games. If you or your opponent is at 0 life and he activates a blocker, he's dead. He has to counter everything. Of course, about Josu, you can also bounce back a 2k if you play an Otama, because as you can see, if you have 3 or less life cards, which you have, you're a 3 life leader, right? You draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from your hand, so you can play this card also and then bounce it back with Josu. Other 2Ks is Thoughts. You can also combine Thoughts with an attack of yours, because it says you can just give one of your opponent characters minus 2k, right? Or if you want for some reason to take one of your lives, then you can use this card, or just a 2k. Josu is also a 2k, and you can also give him a Ras if you have 2 or less life cards. Otama, we talked about Otama. We have Uta as a 2k and the blocker. We have Nami as a blocker, and you can also draw 3 cards and place 2 of your cards to the top of or bottom of the deck, so you recycle with this card. Marco, we talked about this card, great card to play and draw you 2 cards, and of course you can have the huge big boss Edward Newgate as a huge blocker, and we also play a Radical Beam because why not? We're a red leader, right? Other tech that we have, or let's talk about the tech, we have a Gam Red Rock. You can also leave it and play something else, but sometimes, especially in the mirror, it is a good asset to have. Putting, I wouldn't play one less putting in this meta, because you can play it against Emu, you can play it in the mirror, you can play it in other matchups. Putting is so strong in this meta. Josu, don't forget that you can play this as a rusher and a finisher. Newgate, you play that against Emu to tax the Elders. And Goldie Roger, of course, one of the best deck cards to win games. Combination, Whitebeard, you play this at 8 tone. This is why it's important to try to go second. And then you play for free one of these 2. So most of the time you will prefer this one, but if your opponent has many characters, you will go for the tax beard. Other combination, of course, Josu with small characters that you will have on the board. We talked about it before. So we have the odd curve and the even curve. When you play ace, you prefer to go second. There's a couple of reasons for it. First of all, at the 2 dawns, you can play 2 of your searchers. 4 dawn, you can play on curve your Marco. 6 dawn, you can play on curve your Josu. 8 dawn, you can play on curve your Whitebeard. 10 dawn, you can play on curve another 10 cost boss. So this is perfect. For every single even curve, you have something to play. If you go first, 1 to 3 dawns, you play your searchers. Unfortunately, we don't have anything else. 5 dawn, we play either our Marco or our Nami. 7 dawn, we play our Josu or our Yamato. 9 dawn, we play our Whitebeard and 10 cost, we play our big bosses most of the time, right? So let's go and talk about the list that I have prepared for you guys. We talked about the leader, and then we play 4 of these Garb Searcher, of course, 4 of the Izo Searcher, 4 of the Otama recycle card, and the 2k. We play 2 Thoughts, we play 1 Josu. It's most likely like, let's say, a deck card because of the Ras and of course the 2k. You can also use it as a 2k. We play 2 Yamatos because of the Ras, and of course the 1 dawn that they give to Ace, and Ace needs 1 dawn attached for the second effect that he has. We play 4 Utas because, as you can see, it's not only that it's a 2k, it's also a blocker, and it says if you have a character with 10 power or more, and you will have that in the end game, this card costs only 2 dawns to play. We play 2 Goldie Roger, it's more than enough, believe me. Then we play 2 Puttings, we play 4 Marcos, 4 Namis, 4 Josus, 2 Tax Beards, 4 Blocker, Newgate, 2 Radical Beams, 4 of the of this awesome event, and 1 Radical Beam. But without any further ado, let's go and check 2 games. The first one is against Emu. So Emu starts the game, we go second here, and they start, or yeah, exactly, they go second. They start, of course, with their states, and they don't have, and they play also. I think the Searcher. I think they played the Searcher, and They don't have anything on their board. We search with ISO. Let me put that to the double speed. With search with ISO, we grab the 8 cost event, and then we search again with gap. As you can see, and like I said before, we have in every single turn something to play, right? So on the next turn they go 7k. I was like, okay, you know what? I will counter that. So we are a 6k leader. We just need to discard a card, and that's a free 2k for us, right? We play ISO again, and we attack Imu 2 times, one with our Garb, one with our leader. Don't forget, Imu doesn't want to go too low when he plays against Ace because of our Roger and the big white beads. 6k to our leader. Of course, we are 3 life, and we don't want to go too low too soon, right? We do have more than enough cards anyway. And the thing is now that I was like, okay, you know what? I will go face with both of my small characters and also my leader, because then at 8th dawn I can play my white beat and it's pretty much over for you. So he attacks us, we counter that again, he attacks us, and I was like, you know what? I will counter every single one of your hits at this point of the game. Now we draw the card, and we play the event. We make our leader an 8k leader. We play the big blocker. We attack him. He's at 1 life. Look how beautiful that is. He's at 1 life, guys. Right? He's at 9 dawn. He's not even at 10 dawn, and we have a 10 cost white bead. We have an 8k leader. We have everything that we need. And of course, now at the 10 dawns, we can play our Tax Spirit, and he can't do anything, because we can also go 6, 12. We countered before, so we are not afraid to die. As you can see, we have the Tax Spirit, so he can't do anything. He can only play his 10 Elders, but this will not do much for him at this point of the game, and he just concedes. So this is more or less how you play against Imu. You want to be aggressive against Imu. Now another game against Tammy. We go first here, so we will also see the curve when we go first. We play our Searcher, and he plays Vista and Squad, so it's a blocker, and Squad has an activate main, I think. We go 9 to his life, because we don't have anything better to play with 3 dawns. Only Otama could be a play, but I would rather to just bring him slowly down in life. So 9k swing, I take that. I'm not afraid. We're at 5 now. Like we saw on the auto curve earlier, we play our Marco, we attach one down to our leader, 7k swing, he blocks. And now he plays his Josu to give our Marco back into our hand, because if he KOs the Marco, then we draw 2 cards. But eventually he will have to do it anyway. He's at 8 cards, so I was considering here, I think, putting, and I did. So I made him trash 3 of his cards. Now we have the 8 cost event, we have the white beard. We swing 8k to force him down to 2 lives. He takes, and now we are in a pretty good spot. He plays Vista, double attack Vista. And if you try to KO this guy or to remove him, he has to trash 1 card from his hand in order to save him, which is okay. It's okay. So 7k swing to us. We will use a 2k, I think. I hope. Or we can also use our leader's ability, and we do use our leader's ability to discard 1 of the Marcos. 8k swing, we counter that as well, because anyway we draw way too many cards. Now we can either make him discard one card using Josu and taking back one of our cards, or play the beard, and we decide to play the beard. 10 cost white beard. Our leader is now an 8k leader. Our pudding can also attack, and we attach 2 dons, attack to Josu, and then 10k to Josu. Josu is dead, excuse me. And now he plays his own 10 cost white beard, and he attacks with Vista. Or he attaches first the dons to Vista. Let's see what he does. 7k to pudding with his leader, and then 10k swing with Vista, which we block, of course. Now we have some options here. I was like, okay, you know what? I will first go 6k to leader, because I want to have some more cards, right? And he trashes one card to make his leader 7k leader. So I go 12k with my white beard, and he takes. And then I go Josu, I make him trash one more card, and I play Marco. So we do have a blocker that gives us 2 cards when KO'd, and he's not that big in cards in his hand, right? Because the whole time we force him to trash some cards. So he goes 7k to our leader. We can easily counter that with a 2k, or just use our leader's ability. We decide to give him a 2k, and then the 10k swing we give him Marco, and we draw 2 cards from that. Now he has 2 white beards, so 2 huge blockers, and he was scared here for Roger. He didn't want to attack, and I was like, okay. I play only 2 Rogers, come on. And he hits me, he goes for game, and of course I did have the Roger here, so it's GG. And this is also a thing when you play against Ace. You really don't want to, if you're in such a spot, you don't want to bring him down to 0 life. Because if he has a Roger, and most likely he will have the Roger, you automatically lose. Why? Because now we are at 0 life, so he can't activate any blockers, and he has to counter the 13k attack of Roger, the 77k attack of Zosu, 12k attack from Newgate, and 6k attack from my leader, right? And of course he didn't have enough in his hand. But anyway, this was the guide for Ace, and with this guide we have already talked about 3 of the upcoming leaders, and on the upcoming days I will also upload videos for the rest of the leaders, and then we will also discuss about lists, OP13 lists from other leaders, let's say non-OP13 leaders. And this will be interesting. This will be interesting because I think that in West it will not be exactly like it was in Asia. So we will not have only 3 leaders dominating the meta, but I have a feeling that we will see more leaders in the top tiers, and of course also topping regionals. But we will see. Okay guys, this was the video for today. Thank you all for watching. Peace. Bye.